Imagine waking up to sirens and flashing lights outside your apartment building, knowing something's wrong, but not exactly what. That was the reality for residents of a Bronx apartment complex one chilly morning in the fall of 2020. What they didn't know then was that the day would mark a tragedy that would haunt the neighborhood for years. Fast forward to July 2025. Stephanie Castillo, once just a neighbor, now the center of a 5-year mystery, was arraigned, finally facing charges for the deaths of her twin sons. The details are chilling. Back in 2020, 2 infant boys' bodies were discovered behind that same Bronx apartment building, wrapped in blankets and left in the trash. The city reeled. Residents still remember the moment the truth began to unravel. Gladys Lugo, a longtime resident, will never forget watching the building superintendent pull a bundle of blankets from the trash. It looked ordinary until it wasn't. Juan Santana, another neighbor, remembers the shock and heartbreak etched on the faces of the emergency workers at the scene. The New York Police Department responded quickly, but the case stalled. There were questions, rumors, and so much pain, but no one held accountable until now. So why did it take almost 5 years for Stephanie Castillo to be arrested? That's the question everyone's asking. Sometimes justice moves slowly. Evidence needs to be gathered, witnesses interviewed, and pieces of a painful puzzle put together. For years, the case stayed open, unsolved and unresolved for the community. But as of late July 2025, that changed. Stephanie Castillo is in custody, finally answering to charges of killing her own children. The story has shaken not just the Bronx, but anyone following true crime. It's a reminder that the truth can hide in plain sight for years, only to finally emerge and demand answers. I can't help but think of those neighbors, their lives touched by tragedy, their memories still fresh. Stories like this show just how deeply crime can impact a community and how long the shadows can linger. So, what comes next? Castillo will face her day in court, the evidence will be heard, and while no verdict can erase the pain, maybe, just maybe, the community can find a little closure. Thanks for listening to this heartbreaking story. If you want to hear more true crime cases, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines.